It's something you may have known all along. Simple, yes, but its power? Truly remarkable. 7 dinner mistakes that increase inflammation after age 60. After the age of 60, something curious starts to happen with our bodies. A little stiffness here, a swollen joint there, and by bedtime, we often feel like we've aged an extra decade in a single day. But here's the thing most folks don't realize. Some of the inflammation we feel in the evening or overnight, it's triggered by what we eat for dinner. Yes, even that harmless-looking plate of food could be silently fueling your pain, brain fog, or next-day fatigue. In this video, you'll discover 7 common dinner habits that quietly increase inflammation after 60. And more importantly, what to do instead. You might already know some of them. They might even seem basic, but the results? They're out of this world. So if you stick with me till the end, I'll reveal one simple but powerful tweak almost no one talks about that calms inflammation overnight and helps you wake up feeling clearer, lighter, and a little more you again. Let's begin with the first dinner mistake. It's one most people make with the best intentions. Mistake 1, eating too late in the evening. Let's talk about the first big mistake, eating dinner too late. Now, I get it. Life can be unpredictable. You might get caught up with the grandkids, an evening show, or simply lose track of time. But here's why late dinners can quietly ramp up inflammation, especially as we age. After 60, our digestion naturally slows down. What once took your stomach 2 hours to handle now takes 3 or more. So if you're eating dinner at 8:30 or 9 p.m. and heading to bed shortly after, your body is forced to digest while you're trying to rest. That combo, digesting while lying down, leads to poor blood sugar regulation, slower detoxification, and yes, an inflammatory response. Not just in your gut, but sometimes in your joints, your skin, or even your brain. Inflammation isn't always loud. It can whisper through morning stiffness, puffy hands, or even that foggy, heavy feeling when you wake up. The ideal? Try eating dinner 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. That gives your body time to process, detox, and restore, instead of struggle. Small change, big shift. And if you're thinking, it's just one dinner, how much can it matter? Trust me, your body remembers everything, especially the daily habits. Up next, a dinner habit that sounds healthy, but isn't always what it seems. Mistake 2, overloading on comfort carbs at night. Let's move to mistake 2, and this one is sneaky because it's tied to comfort. Picture this, a plate of pasta, mashed potatoes, soft bread with butter, maybe a cookie for dessert. After 60, these starchy, refined carbs become a staple for many of us because they're easy to chew, quick to prepare, and frankly, so soothing. But here's the truth. Refined carbs eaten late in the day spike your blood sugar, and that surge triggers your body to release insulin, a process that directly fuels inflammation, especially in aging tissues. And worse, after the spike comes the crash. You may fall asleep quickly, but you'll likely wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., hot, achy, or anxious. Try swapping one refined carb at dinner with something anti-inflammatory, like quinoa, cauliflower mash, or even roasted sweet potatoes. The glycemic impact is lower, and your body gets a break. Remember, what soothes us emotionally might inflame us physically, unless we become intentional. Coming up next, the mistake people make when trying to add more protein, but it backfires. Mistake 3. Choosing inflammatory proteins, even the popular ones. You've probably been told, eat more protein. And yes, after 60, protein is important for muscle, brain, and bone health. But not all protein is created equal. Some common dinner choices like conventionally raised beef, processed sausages, or even overly fried chicken may be high in protein, but they're also high in pro-inflammatory compounds, especially when cooked at high heat. Here's why. Grilling, frying, and broiling meats at high temperatures produce something called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. They sound scientific, but here's what matters. AGEs are toxins that age you from the inside out. Literally. They build up in joints, they irritate the gut, they can even cross into the brain and impact memory. Instead, opt for proteins like wild-caught salmon, organic turkey, or lentil-based dishes. And choose gentler cooking methods like slow roasting, steaming, or baking. Think of it as protecting your inner fire from being stoked too high. Dinner isn't just a meal. It's an instruction to your body. Next up, the drink that feels relaxing but turns into inflammation by midnight. Mistake 4. That evening glass of wine. Yes, even one. Ah yes, the evening ritual. A little wine with dinner or while winding down with your favorite show. You've probably heard that red wine has antioxidants. And that's true in moderation and usually only earlier in the day. But here's what many folks don't know. After 60, your body processes alcohol differently. Liver function slows down, and alcohol lingers longer in your system. What used to be just one glass now leads to disrupted sleep, nighttime inflammation, and higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Even if you fall asleep fast, alcohol shortens deep sleep cycles and increases overnight inflammation markers like C-reactive protein, CRP. That can show up as joint pain, a foggy brain, or a cranky mood the next day. You don't have to give it up entirely, but shifting that glass of wine to earlier in the day or choosing calming herbal teas at night can make a big difference. Chamomile, ginger, or tart cherry tea are natural anti-inflammatories, and your body will thank you in the morning. If you're still with me so far, let me know you're here. Type 1 in the comments below if you're still watching. I see you, and I appreciate you. Mistake 5. Not including enough color on the plate. Now, this one might surprise you. Beige dinners are quietly making inflammation worse. What do I mean by beige? Think bread, potatoes, pasta, chicken, rice, even oatmeal. All in one meal, all in soft, pale tones. They're filling, sure, but what's missing? Color. And color means antioxidants, the natural compounds in plants that fight inflammation at the cellular level. Red peppers, purple cabbage, dark leafy greens, carrots, beets, berries. These aren't just beautiful, they're medicinal. A simple way to reduce inflammation: aim for 3 colors on your dinner plate. And no, ketchup doesn't count. You don't have to overhaul your meal. Just add a side salad with arugula and blueberries. Or top your soup with fresh parsley and pumpkin seeds. These small touches carry huge anti-inflammatory power. Think of your plate as your daily prescription. The more colors you include, the more protection you offer your brain, heart, and joints. Next, a mistake that has less to do with food and everything to do with how you eat. Mistake 6. rushing or distracted eating. Even if you're eating all the right things, how you eat makes a bigger difference than you might expect. Many of us eat dinner in front of the TV, scrolling on our phones, or rushing to clear the table. But did you know that eating in a stressed or distracted state actually weakens digestion? Your body enters fight or flight mode, and digestion requires rest and digest. That means food isn't broken down properly. Nutrients are poorly absorbed, and worst of all, it creates inflammation in the gut lining, which affects immunity, mood, and even memory. Try this. Take 3 deep breaths before your first bite. Put your fork down between bites. Chew slowly. And most importantly, give thanks. That small pause, that sacred moment, it tells your body you're safe now. You can heal. Dinner is more than fuel. It's communication. And when we rush it, our bodies respond with stress and inflammation. Next, we'll talk about the one mistake that's often invisible, but you can feel it the next morning. Mistake 7, not hydrating with your meal. Hydration isn't just about how much you drink during the day. It also matters when and what you drink with meals. Many people skip fluids at dinner, especially those who worry about nighttime trips to the bathroom. But here's the issue. Dehydration thickens your blood, slows detoxification, and increases inflammation, especially overnight. And when we eat a salty, dense, or protein-heavy dinner without proper fluids, our kidneys and liver work overtime. You might wake up feeling puffy, stiff, or with a headache. The solution? Try sipping warm water with lemon, herbal tea, or a light bone broth with dinner. These not only support hydration, but also aid digestion and calm the gut lining. Avoid ice-cold drinks, which can slow digestion. Think gentle warmth instead. And remember, thirst often hides as hunger or fatigue. So the next time you feel sluggish after dinner, ask yourself, did I drink enough? Coming up next, a quick recap of all 7 dinner mistakes, so you can remember what to look out for. 7 dinner mistakes that increase inflammation after 60. Let's take a quiet moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. If you're over 60, dinner isn't just a habit. It's a daily decision that can either support your healing or stir up inflammation. So here's a gentle recap of the 7 dinner mistakes to watch for. 1. Eating too late at night, leaving your body no time to digest. 2. Overloading on refined comfort carbs, causing blood sugar spikes. 3. Choosing inflammatory proteins, especially when cooked at high heat. 4. That glass of wine, which disrupts sleep and boosts inflammation. 5. Lack of colorful veggies, missing out on natural antioxidants. 6. Eating while rushed or distracted, weakening your gut's defense. 7. Skipping hydration at dinner, leaving your system overworked. Now, if you saw yourself in any of those, you're not alone. Many of us grew up with habits that made sense back then, but don't serve us anymore. The good news? You don't need a massive overhaul. Small, thoughtful shifts made over time lead to real change. And in the next segment, we'll explore why inflammation matters so much after 60 and how it connects to longevity, memory, and even emotional peace. Why inflammation becomes more dangerous after 60.
After 60, inflammation becomes more than just a sore knee or a tight back. It becomes a silent thread woven through nearly every age-related health issue, from joint pain to heart disease, from memory decline to sleep problems. Why? Because our immune systems naturally weaken as we age. They're slower to respond, and sometimes they overreact, attacking healthy tissues as if they were foreign invaders. This low-grade chronic inflammation is called inflammaging. It's not dramatic, it doesn't always hurt, but it gradually wears you down from the inside out. It shortens telomeres, those little caps on your DNA that protect your cells. It interferes with your body's ability to repair itself. And worst of all, it's often dismissed as just getting older. But that's not the full story. Inflammation is optional, and so much of it can be reversed, especially with consistent, mindful choices at dinner time. You don't need expensive treatments. You need clarity, intention, and nourishment. Coming up, a beautiful mindset shift that helps you reclaim dinner time as a sacred act of self-healing. Reframing dinner as a healing ritual. Imagine for a moment that dinner isn't a chore or something to rush through. Imagine it's your daily invitation to reset, restore, and remember who you are. When you shift from, what do I feel like eating, to, what does my body need to heal tonight? Everything changes. You start to view each bite as information, each spice, each herb, each vegetable as a gift to your future self. And when we approach dinner with gratitude, maybe light a candle, play soft music, set the table even for one, we turn an everyday moment into something sacred. This isn't about restriction. It's about elevation, about honoring your 60-plus-year-old body, the one that's carried you through joy and loss, through love and heartbreak, through every chapter. Let dinner be the place where your healing begins. In the next few segments, we'll go deeper into practical tips, what to add, what to avoid, and how to build a healing plate, one gentle step at a time.
Simple additions that lower inflammation naturally. Let's talk about what to add to your dinner plate, not just what to avoid. Here are 4 gentle, powerful additions you can try starting tonight. Turmeric. Even just a pinch added to soups, stews, or roasted veggies has powerful anti-inflammatory effects, especially when paired with black pepper. Olive oil. A rich source of polyphenols, this oil is protective to the brain, joints, and heart. Use it instead of margarine or seed oils. Leafy greens. Whether it's spinach, kale, or Swiss chard, greens contain magnesium and fiber that soothe inflammation and support digestion. Fermented foods. A spoonful of sauerkraut, kimchi, or a few sips of miso soup can help balance your gut bacteria, your body's frontline defense. You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one. Let your body respond. Let it feel the shift. And don't forget the power of slow chewing, deep breathing, and mindful portions. These are the invisible ingredients that nourish us just as much. Next up, the hidden connection between nighttime inflammation and your next day memory and mood. How inflammatory dinners affect brain health. Most people think of inflammation as something that affects the body, joints, muscles, digestion, but here's a powerful truth. Inflammation also affects your brain. When you eat a pro-inflammatory dinner, say heavy in fried foods, sugar, or processed meats, your body releases cytokines. These are chemical messengers that don't stay in your belly. They travel. And when they reach your brain, they create what scientists now call neuroinflammation. The result? Difficulty concentrating, slower memory recall, emotional heaviness, irritability the next morning. It's not just getting older, it's chemistry. And when you reduce inflammation at night, the fog begins to lift. The lightness returns. One woman wrote to us saying, "I didn't realize how clouded my mind felt until it cleared. All I did was change how I ate after 6 p.m. You deserve that clarity too. In the next segment, we'll explore the emotional side of eating and how comfort foods can both hurt and heal. The emotional pull of inflammatory foods. Food is emotional, especially after 60. It's memories, traditions, comfort. Grandma's cornbread, Sunday gravy, a piece of pie on a lonely evening. We don't just eat for fuel. We eat for connection, for joy, sometimes even to fill a space left by someone we've lost. And that's okay. But the problem is, many of the most emotionally comforting foods are also the most inflammatory. And that's where awareness, not guilt, becomes our greatest ally. Can you find comfort in foods that also nourish you? Can you recreate memories with lighter, healing versions? Maybe mashed sweet potatoes with coconut oil instead of white potatoes with cream. Or a warm apple cinnamon bake instead of processed desserts. Let the memory live. Let the ritual stay, but gently shift the ingredients so your body feels safe, not inflamed, when it's time to sleep. Coming up, we'll talk about preparing your kitchen for success, even if you live alone or cook for one. Building a healing kitchen after 60. You don't need a chef's kitchen to create anti-inflammatory dinners, but you do need a little setup, a little intention. Here are 5 small things that make a big difference. Keep anti-inflammatory staples in reach. Olive oil, garlic, lemon, frozen greens, canned salmon, lentils, turmeric. Prep in small batches. Make a big pot of healing soup or roasted veggies that last for 2-3 meals. Avoid the beige zone. Organize your pantry so that colorful, healing options are more visible than chips or crackers. Invest in one tool, maybe a slow cooker or air fryer, to help you cook gently with less effort. Create ambiance, a favorite playlist, a small tablecloth, a scented candle. Let dinner feel like self-care. The more welcoming your kitchen feels, the more likely you are to eat in a way that heals rather than harms. And now, we're getting close to the moment you've been waiting for. Up next, the most powerful method, simple, overlooked, that calms inflammation overnight. Transition to the most powerful method. You've made it this far with me, and I hope by now you're seeing just how powerful your dinner habits really are. But what if there was one specific practice that tied everything together? A method that calms the nervous system, improves digestion, and reduces inflammation by morning. It's not expensive, it's not complicated, and most importantly, it's backed by both science and generations of wisdom. Coming up next, the one most powerful evening habit that reduces inflammation after 60. You might already know it. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world. The most powerful anti-inflammatory evening habit. Here it is, the single most powerful method. A 10-minute post-dinner walk. That's it. No pills, no supplements, just you, your breath, and a quiet stroll. Research shows that walking immediately after dinner lowers blood sugar, supports digestion, reduces overnight inflammation, and improves mood and clarity the next day. And spiritually, it reconnects you with yourself. It closes the day gently. It allows the body to shift into healing mode. Even if you just walk the hallway, even if you use a walker, movement matters. One woman told me, "I thought I was too tired to walk, but it turns out walking gave me back my energy." So tonight, after dinner, take that walk. Make it a ritual. Let it become your goodbye to the day and your hello to healing. Ready for the final takeaway? If there's one message I hope stays with you tonight, it's this. Your body is always trying to heal. Always. But it can't do it without your help. And dinner, that humble daily moment, is your chance to say, "I hear you. I'll help." Avoiding these 7 inflammation triggers, adding color, hydration, and kindness to your plate, and finishing it all with a 10-minute walk. That's not just how you reduce inflammation. That's how you reclaim your vitality, your clarity, your joy. And now, I'd love to hear from you. If this video spoke to you, type 2 in the comments below. It tells me you're with me, that you're part of this quiet, powerful movement of healing after 60. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe, like this video, and share it with a friend who deserves to feel better too. You are not too old. It is not too late. Dinner is your new beginning. Thank you for being here.